Some issues have arisen. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're revisiting the Toshiba V9600. Now we looked at this a while back, put some new heads on, needed quite a bit of work actually to get it somewhere near working, is probably the way to put it, but since then it's had a lot of testing and it is markedly improved. It's just a lot better. Mechanically it's working much better as well, again through being used, but we do have a few issues. Basically what they are, I think I've got excessive back tension, so need to check that and back that off as appropriate. I was going to do it at the time, but I wasn't confident that the deck had properly sort of, all the grease had run in, and there was still some possible sort of contamination of the tape path, even though I had given it a good clean. I just wanted it all to settle down basically. So it's now done that. Like I say, it's a lot better, but I'm pretty confident that the back tension is too high. I think they were quite high on these anyway when they came from the factory. Too high. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. I want to demagnetize the ACE head. I don't think I did that. I don't actually remember doing it. If I did, it's probably in the video and I haven't seen it. I've forgotten it. But yeah, so want to do that. I want to look at the backup capacitor as well, just to make sure that that is okay. There is a circuit that delivers voltage to charge that backup capacitor up. And I think basically it's seeing it as a fault, so there's something wrong with that capacitor. There's no backup anyway, but I just want to measure and to see if we can do anything about it. And there was actually another issue as well. Oh yes, last night it had been flawless. It's been on pretty much all day yesterday. As I was able to do that, and last night it had got to the end of the tape, it had finished, and then I couldn't select any of the tape transport buttons at all. I couldn't rewind it. I could eject it, and stop worked, because what would happen is if I turned it off and turned it back on, having wound the tape back up a bit in another machine, it would automatically go into fast forward. So I'm thinking that probably those end sensor oscillator, like that part of the circuit, there's something going on there, probably going to be capacitors. So we'll have a look at that as well. So yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so let's power it on. Okay, so that's just gone straight into fast forward. I can stop it. Yeah, so I've still got the same problem. Like I say, I am blaming that oscillator. So that's fine. Also want to do the ACE head. So let's do that first while I think about it. Super. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I don't want to do this without getting my face in the way, is just measure the voltage on this cap. In fact, let's just tip it up. Okay, so it's going to make it a lot easier, so not for my camera angle, so I'll put that down there. And let's just measure what is actually on it. Yeah, so we've got 4.32 volts. What I'm tempted to do, let's just give it a ground and power it off. Yeah, so that cap is sort of working. Yeah, so you're charging it back up. So I'm relatively happy with that, to be honest. It's fairly irrelevant in today's sort of use scenario anyway, so I'm quite happy just to leave that as is. Yeah, that's charging up okay actually. So it's a 5 volt. Can't actually see what value it is. I think it's a 0.22 farad. I'm happy just to leave well alone, I think. So yeah, let's have a look at this oscillator issue. I'm quite intrigued. Okay, so all dropped down. So we're powered on. Let's put a tape in. Okay. So I can't fast forward at the moment, so I'm guessing probably this one. Maybe not. Maybe it is a rewind. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it is something else. I mean, this is where the schematic would be very, very useful to me, because I don't actually have... I can't actually find my schematics. I've got the manual. I've actually got 2. But neither have the schematics, which are loose leaf in the back. And I could do with that right now. And if I turn it off... If I turn it off... Yeah, it selects fast forward. I wonder if we do have a logic problem then. Well, that could be interesting, couldn't it? So fast forward. Yeah, so that oscillator is actually okay because I've backed it off. So it's selecting fast forward. So it looks like we've got a logic issue then. Interesting. Let's crack on. Well, I've done quite a lot of investigation, and I've found that on the fast forward pin, on the main controller and the logic, basically I should have 5 volts across all of the different functions from the front panel. And when you press a button, it grounds it, and that tells it to do that function. But unfortunately, the group that's responsible for playback, rewind, fast forward is actually floating at about 0.22 volts regardless. And if I've actually made this open circuit, so I can actually see on this pin I've got 0.22 volts, the other pins have got 5 volts, but I've got 5 volts floating on the track to it then. But as soon as I sort of solder it or short it back so it's as it would be, as it should be, it's getting pulled down to 0.2 volts. And yeah, when I press the button, obviously it goes to next to 0. So unfortunately, I think the chip's bad, which is quite fun because I don't have one of those. So I almost need another panel that I can borrow or steal the chip from. I'm going to see if I can find one. You never know, there might be one in stock somewhere. I hate to think how much it's going to cost me. But anyway, I'll have a look and we'll take it from there. It's quite a few days on. In fact, it's probably a couple of weeks on now. And I have replacement chips. And a massive thank you. I put out a bit of a plea on YouTube. And you didn't disappoint. Thank you so much. Also a big shout out to William, who actually sold me his V9600. It's pretty tired, I think. I haven't unpacked it actually yet, but I've got that as a backup for spares. But I managed to find in the US from Base Direct a chip, replacement chip. It's the right firmware as well, 6205, and but they didn't ship to the UK. And you might have seen this in the sort of conversation on YouTube in the community. And yeah, so after a lot of toing and froing, he managed to actually calculate or sort out actually sending a chip to me. And bless him, he sent me 2. So that's good. So what I'm going to do is going to drop this one out and put one of these 2 in. It's interesting, that's got 3L on and that one's got 8430AB. It's quite different. That one's got 2D on. Unfortunately, they were just in a bag, bubble wrap bag. So I don't know, these are static sensitive, but I'll probably pick that one. And yes, interesting. And see if that does the trick. So yeah, let's get this chip removed. Do have an added complication of these 2 later editions, 2 diodes. So this one goes from the pad there to M stop, motor stop, I assume, and then this one goes from the same sort of area on the board to A, which I'm guessing is the audio switch, audio switching. So I'll desolder those first, and then I'm going to have to use good old solder wick because my desolder pump has broken. So yeah, always good. Let's crack on. So was I right? Let's power it on. And well, it hasn't gone straight into fast forward. Brilliant. Oh, thank heavens for that. Okay, so I need to just tidy up that diode and I'll replace this tape and yeah, take it from there. Let's crack on. It's good news, that. So let's give it a test. And I did have one person in the comments on one of these videos on the V9600 say that it only had RF out. It doesn't. Has a door at the front. So I understand why you might think that, but yeah, it does have video in and out on the front. So let's push a cassette in. And let's just test fast forward, rewind. That actually seems pretty good, actually, rewind, considering. So that's fine. Playback. Yeah. And we still have our fair share of dropouts. I might have to tweak the dropout compensator a little bit, maybe. I seem to remember the beginning of the cassette is not that great anyway. Yes, because we were thinking about excessive back tension. So I wonder if it might be worth just putting the back tension cassette in and just seeing what it says. I mean, just the sound of it, it does sound like there's excessive back tension. So yeah, okay, let's check that back tension. Okay, so this is going to be quite fun because it's not that easy to actually see what's going on the gauge. But anyway, let's put the gauge in. And gosh, this is not going to be easy. What's that? Quite high. What is it? Can't actually see what it's what it's at. Shall we have a look at how the torque is with fast forward, rewind and take up? Might be fun. If we can see the gauges. So I can't actually see the number, but that's pretty good. And not so good. Yeah, there's not a huge amount on the playback. So what was it? So times 100. So we're like 600 grams per centimetre fast forward, and about I think it was 2 to 300 grams. So yeah, that's pretty good wind. Obviously it totally jammed the the motor, which you don't really want to do because it'll burn the motor out if you leave it for too long. But so that's good. Okay, so I've tweaked the dropout compensator a little bit, but yeah, certainly a lot improved. I mean, this is a fairly worn tape to be fair, but yeah, it's really cool. So just need to put it back together. It's run for a long time, and it's not missed a beat, other than obviously when the logic chip popped. But yeah, it's all good to go. So yeah, really looking forward to sending this back to its owner, and them enjoying a vast array of Betamax tapes that they have in storage. So yeah, so with that, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe would be fantastic as well, and hopefully see you in another video. Bye for now.